seems a long time ago in some respects when we got things underway in the darkness this morning. It was the usual bun fight up Mountain Straight. I'll say what you said last year. Guys, it's a 12-hour race.
Yeah, they didn't seem to care, did they? And it was on very, very early. And as the dawn woke, there was dramas for the Ford. Yes, there was a Ford Mustang in this race. It lasted about 3 laps. And for Chris Meese, unfortunately, collected some wildlife in the early hours. This one, they got away with somehow. And it was the story of the day in some respect. There were many close calls, some of them not quite so close.
Yeah, the IRC car losing its rear wing. But the racing was incredible. Corvette here for the first time, bringing a couple of cars, and the Pro car right up there with the BMWs. WRT defending their win from last year, had both of their cars at the sharp end of the field. And of course, Valentino Rossi doing a great job as always. Then the big accident at the top of the hill brought out the BMW M safety car. That brought things back together, and a bizarre incident for the 222, which had been on pole position.
Heart-wrenching stuff for Thomas Randall, who was distraught after that moment that cost the 222 a shot. They kind of clawed their way back in, but ultimately it would be for naught. That was James Golding, an enormous impact on the run up towards McPhillamy Park. Having already had to crash this car earlier on in the race, so they were on the comeback trail. James was A-OK. Then this was arguably the biggest moment of the race in terms of an incident. He tapped around into a spin. Following a race restart was the 79 car, and then Craft Bamboo Racing, Rolf Aron, the Estonian driver, was behind the wheel. Big contact, and we can confirm that Rolf was taken to a local hospital for precautionary checks, but he climbed out of that car under his own steam.
And Maro Engel squeaked through by about 4 millimetres on the back of that stranded car, and that was to become very, very important. The great run by the number 2 Corvette came to an end at the top of the mountain when something broke at the back of Earl Bamber's car. That was another safety car. And then the Penrite team, the number 100, they had had issues before, but they were going well. And more AMG on AMG action than you could have hoped for. Looked like the AMG GT3 Cup at one stage. And then the moment of the race in some ways, battling at the sharp end of things, brings out the late race safety car through, sneaks to 32. They left out that WRT car and didn't take the pit stop. It led on the restart. Gilles Gounon down the inside. There's contact, and through nipped the eventual winning car. Max Martin took the opportunity. Thank you very much indeed. Dorian Boccolacci also going through, and Augusto Farfus into 3rd position. That is where the top 3 positions were decided.
And from there, it was just pressure from Dorian Boccolacci. And he got within a second just at the end of that, but nothing could stop Mercedes, AMG, Team GMR, Mick Grenier, Maxime Martin, and Maro Engel, who finally breaks through for a Bathurst victory. 3 first-time winners will celebrate on the mountain.
2026 Maguires.